people's home to UGC Overwatch Season 4, Week 3 Silver Division game. My name is JJSkywaler, and today I'm joined by my fellow caster. He'll be giving you guys the play-by-play. ToughOnDirt, how's it going, man?
What's going on, man? I'm so excited to see these guys go down on Hanamura, I believe it's called. This is a great map. I'm looking forward to the game.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, the game is going to be between Awaken Militia, I believe, and Overweight Watchers. Overweight Watchers has been in, I believe, this division. Well, the Silver Division just got added to this season, so I'm not sure if they did play. They might have played during the Steel series. And Awaken is new to this, but they're having a good win streak so far. This is week 3, and so far these teams are 2-0 in their games, I believe, respectively. So this is going to be that change. One of them's going to lose, one of them's going to win. So I'm hyped to see what happens here.
So right off the bat, man, what kind of team compositions are we seeing going down for these two teams?
So yeah, right now Awaken's going to be going on the defense here, and they seem to be opting out for Lucia, which most teams tend to be going off for in their defense. They're going to be going for an Ana Mercy with a double hit scan. So in the case where I'd say Overweight Watchers goes for a dive, they're going to have a pretty good long-range advantage to them, but that seems to be that initial comfort defense there. On the attack, they are going for a triple tank instead of what most teams tend to run on the dive. So this is going to be a huge fight on the choke point here as far as I'm seeing it anyways.
And we do have Team Awaken already coming out of the point there. It actually says their team name is Team Diet. Are these guys the Weight Watchers? Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, Weight Watchers is red. Yeah.
Weight Watchers coming out onto the point. Notice the soldier up top going to try to do a little bit of damage. They're actually going in the right-hand side here. Got a diva fight going on in there as well, but the soldier has noticed Mercy Ghost, and Ghost gets taken out. Very good pick by Dios there, holding back from his team. Unfortunately, as that Mercy went down, a lot of his team members went down as well. Going for this Ana on the point if he can. Notices a McCree on the point as well, but he's got reinforcements now. Taking out that McCree. Very well done. Going for the soldier up top. Gets hooked. Well played, and that's going to be the point to the Weight Watchers very quickly, man. That was a great point. What did you see going on there, JJ?
Yeah, Overweight Watchers was able to go for a super quick attack off that corner and just dive into that small I suppose, den area, or that lobby area with their Reinhardt, and it just surprised, it seemed, Awaken Militia. They weren't able to deal with it as fast enough, and because of that long-range advantage they have, they took it into a close fight, and Awaken Militia just couldn't do anything or act fast enough to deal with it. So that was a good stage 1 for Overweight Watchers.
We're actually coming into stage 2 here. Looks like the Weight Watchers are coming in from the right-hand side, and it looks like the Awaken are actually on the right-hand side as well, holding up in there. They all get down. Reinhardt v. Reinhardt on the point now, and the defensive Reinhardt goes down. So does the Diva. Diva goes down, mech and squishy body. We do have a Genji on the point, though. McCree does have his ult ready as well. We might see that pop here any second, but he gets pushed off the side of the edge there. And it looks like the Awaken team really can't hold their defense. It looks like the Weight Watchers are holding up, or coming in pretty strong. And now we got
agreed. They're just not able to deal with the priority targets necessary during this fight. But that being said, they do have faster resets here, and the ults are coming out for both teams.
That's right. We do have a Diva activating her self-destruct on the point. That's going to get a lot of people off the point. We do have Reinhardt on the point. Nano boosted now. Going in. Gets pushed back a little bit by Diva. Trying to do a little bit of damage. Takes out the McCree. Well played. Going for the Diva as well. Takes out Diva. Can he? Oh, Diva's alive. Nah, Diva finally gets taken down into a squishy body. And that's when a huge res comes in from Ghost. And a hammer down comes in from Balak. Oh, wow. This point is going insane, guys. We do still have a Reinhardt on the point. And that's a lot of defense. Reinhardt v. Reinhardt. But one's getting the heals. I don't know who's going to win this one, man. Let's take a look. It does look like the defense is holding up pretty well here. I don't know if this push is going to last too long, but the Mercy goes down. Diva is the only one left on the point, along with Mei. Mei's already in her shield. We do have Tracer in the background trying to do a little bit of damage, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Offense might clean up here if they can just clean. There you go. That's the cleanup they were looking for. And now Tracer's the only one on the point. Reinhardt does come in, but he got a Graviton Surge on him, and that is going to be a clean sweep and the game. Wow, we didn't even have time to think about that game. It happened so quick.
Yeah, and I imagine that these games are just going to go constantly like that. I mean, we've got Hanamura, we've got Lijiang coming up. So really, the breadth, if these teams keep playing as they're playing right now, we're not going to get a breath for anything coming up to any of these fights. That being said, though, it didn't seem like Awaken Militia was able to deal with those priority targets well enough. You know, the Ana staying in the back, able to get those heals, and yeah, she would come off, but even when Ana wasn't there, they weren't able to deal with the Reinhardt, the Soldier, and the Hog, you know, contesting the point. So it was a little here and there when it came to that fight. Either way, Overweight Watchers kind of got, you know, pushed back at the stage 2, but either way, that was a really fast stage 1 and a pretty quick stage 2.
Now it's going to be interesting to see if the Awaken team actually comes out and has a strong offense as well, because in that case, both teams would have to have some seriously bad defense. But I'm looking forward to Awaken. Hopefully they can pull out a offense as astounding as the diet guy, the Overwatch Weight Watchers guys.
Yeah, Overweight. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Right now, Overweight Watchers opting in for, again, the triple tank, but this time switching off the Zarya for a Diva. Most teams tend to do this so that in the case where a dive comp coming against them, that Diva can get that high ground whenever she wants and just contest anybody that tries to maybe get the positional advantage, if you will, above them. So that's not a bad choice. And Awaken Militia seem to be going for the dive. So I'm not sure. It just depends on how these guys execute their attacks, but 10 seconds here on the clock relatively, and we'll see if they're able to do it.
I'm looking forward to this Far Mercy combo coming from the offense as well. Praise the Sun, I'm hoping we'll get some nice damage onto the Diet team. I keep thinking Diet because it says Diet in the corner, but they're definitely the Overweight Watchers. And we do have Awaken coming in. They said
the name was too long when writing it down.
Oh, did they? They said that? That's hilarious. Looks like. Oh, we do have Farah coming in from the top here, trying to get a little sneaky. Goes for some damage on the Diva. That's a cool little slide she did on the roof there. Going for the Ana, trying to get a little bit of damage just out there on the point. It does look like her team has come in with her. It looks like a free-for-all on the point. She is staying with the Mercy, though. A very good plan there, but Diva does push them back. They're going to have to fight this Diva if they want to get in and actually take this point. Diva's a little bit low on health, though, and they kind of understand that as well. Praises on pushes back as really going for those healers. Does take down Paji. Going for Reinhardt and Diva as well, but doesn't have enough support on the point. She does have a Mercy still alive, but ooh, gets taken down pretty quick there. We still do have a lot of people on the point, though. A lot of defense and a lot of offense. Both three tanks are on the point for the defense, though, and that's going to mean that very slowly Awaken's going to fall back on the point. What kind of pushes are we seeing here, JJ?
Yeah, right now, I mean, these guys seem to be kind of, I suppose, how do you say it? I lost the word in my head. But either way, the attack was really good at the beginning, like really instant. It was almost unexpected. But then when they started to prioritize target for Awaken and Mishla anyways, it kind of got separated and it seemed a little bit awkward. They got a few key picks, but they just weren't able to get the right one so they could capture this point.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Now they have to regroup and try another push, which isn't that bad. They still got plenty of time, and they do have their ults coming in now. Both teams are getting their ults coming in. We're probably going to see a burst from the Pharah pretty soon. Let me hop on the Pharah cam. Going for the Diva if she can. Trying to get a little bit on the Ana as well. Notices the Soldier up top. Soldier's a little bit half-placed there, but doesn't quite get the damage to kill him. And the Genji ult does come out. Let's take a look at that. Goes for the Lucio. Can he get the Lucio? Lucio is quick nowadays, man. Doesn't quite get the Lucio, but is going to take out that Reinhardt. Going for the Soldier as well, who has popped his ult. Reflects that. Very nicely done. And it looks like the defense is falling apart slowly but surely. All we got is a Diva on the point who activates her mech, but everyone's going to get away from that fairly quickly. And it looks like Diva's going to go down here in this corner as well. The offense is finally taking that point, man, and it looks like they're going to hold on to it.
Yeah, and it seems they're kind of staggering that kill there, but either way, it took a little bit longer than Overweight Watchers, but nonetheless, I suppose, a secure is a secure, and they're moving on to stage 2 here. It was much faster this time for their attack and much more target heavy, so hopefully they're able to do this for this next attack.
They've held their ult economy very well as well, and there goes the Pharah ult. Very well done. Gets a double kill, looks like, but doesn't quite finish off everybody just yet. Going in for the Diva if she can. Does get the Lucio drop, and that's going to mean more defense for the offense team. Reinhardt's on the point. He's trying to fend off the damage as best he can, but is taken down. Tracer's on the point as well. She gets taken down. Oh, she's going to get taken. There she goes. Is taken out very quickly. All we have is a Mei and an Ana left up for the defense, and they're sitting in spawn. Looks like Roadhog is dead there. Mei and Ana both going to go down. Trying to throw bodies on the point at this point. But it looks like the offense is doing a very good job of holding those doors and making sure nobody gets out here. The point is fully capped, and that's the game. Wow, you were right. I had no idea, JJ, but you were right. These games are ridiculously quick.
Yeah, and it's just this map pick specifically, you know, coming into week 3, it's just gonna continue to be crazy as the games go on. 1 second, I'm getting away from the
Now I've noticed
I'll talk to them.
Oh, my bad.
I was just gonna say that I believe the overlay. I'm sorry. That's just something I got words from the stream heads, the admin heads, I suppose. I believe the overlay isn't showing, but that's fine if you're not able to get it right now, considering we're in the middle of a match. Either way, yes, that was a much faster stage 2 than Overweight Watchers, I believe. But either way, the time did go down a lot more, and Awaken Militia is down 30 seconds at this point, or I believe somewhere around 20. No, it's somewhere around 30 seconds. Yeah. Estimated. So either way, both of these teams pretty close. So it's just going to come down to who's able to do it better. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Execution.
Man, I'm very curious. Why is the offense so great from a lot of these teams, but the defense is lacking so heavily? Because I've seen a lot of teams lately just like kill the offense and they just go in and destroy any defense in their way. But when they're defending, they get rolled.
Yeah, I think I mean, going back to just general execution, you know, it depends on how the teams decide to go into these attacks. Like, what is their strategy? What are they trying to do to dismantle the enemy? And sometimes that tends to be target priority. Going, like, for these dive comps, going for that right target, especially, like, let's say a Mercy or a Nana, and taking it out as fast as possible. Whether or not a team is able to do that, it tends to help them in their attack and whether or not it'll work. Coming into this one, it seems they decided to go straight to the point, and will that work? We'll see.
Looks like they did go to the point. Genji's going to go down fairly quickly there. He's going for the Ana, but couldn't quite get it. McCree goes down for the defense, though, as well. So it looks like we still have an even fight on the point there. Fair is coming in looking for Lucio. Can she get the Lucio? Not quite. Mercy does go down for the push, though. Actually, for the defense, though. It looks like they actually have 3 down now. It looks like it's being won by the defense so far. But Fair is still in there trying to do a little bit of damage. Has to fall back away from her team now and does get taken down by the D.Va. A very strong defense there from the Weight Watchers team. That looks like it's going to hold up pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, as we were saying, we're talking about the ways people like try to go into these attacks. It looks like Awaken running the same composition, but trying to run it a little bit differently. They go into the point, and it seemed maybe they got what they wanted. Overweight Watchers took the bait and ran straight in, but after that, it's just execution, seeing if they're able to dismantle the enemy team, and it seems that they just weren't able to do that there.
Do have a rage copping up on on Winston here from Overweight Weight Watchers. He's going in for the Genji if he can, trying to do a little bit of damage, just push the team back overall. Does go back into his original form. Winston v Winston battle now. Who's gonna win this one? Oh. Looks like Overweight Watchers Winston does go down, and that's going to actually mean a few ults do go down on the point there. We have Lucio both dropping the beat on the point. Lots of ults coming in here. We do have a D.Va ult on the point as well. That's going to clear the point, and now we have the defense coming back in. Another Genji ult coming out on the point as well. He is nano boosted, but does get taken down finally. It looks like the defense might be falling apart here. Yes, indeed, they are. Ana's the only one left on the point. Winston's going to hop in from the side. He is reinforcing the team, but with him alone, he's going to get taken out fairly quickly. And that is the offense. Awaken going to take that point.
Yeah, a lot of ults used there in that stage 1. I'd say in this next fight, Overweight Watchers needs to be very careful considering the ults that they were able to use and the ults that Awaken Militia currently has. Before they were able to take the point, just mostly with Pharah ult, they did need that Genji blade last time, but we'll see if just with this Pharah ult and the Mercy ult that they're able to do it.
It does look like Pharah does pop her ult, takes out the Ana, but the Soldier gets her fairly quickly, so she's only going to get 1 kill trade for that ult. Mercy goes down for the offense as well, and so that means that there's going to be no reses on the point for the offense. We do have a D.Va bomb coming in, and that's going to clear the point of the defense. But Winston hops back in and already goes for the D.Va. A Soldier v Lucio right now. We're seeing on the screen here. Soldier does push back a little bit, but he is going to pop his ult and try to get as much damage done as he can. But it's going to be negated. Negated very well, I must say, by that D.Va. And that's when we get a Winston raging once again on the ult. Going for the D.Va, but pushes her back and puts her shield down and says, "This is my point. Y'all ain't have it." Very well done there. Very well defensed by Team Overwatch. Team Weight Watchers.
Overweight Watchers. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, initially Pharah was able to get the ult, Pharah destroyed, Genji able to get his ult, but not able to get the fix that he may have wanted. So Overweight Watchers showing that even with this ultimate advantage, they don't need it. They just need to get those target priorities going.
Now we do have Team Awaken coming in from the right-hand side. They actually break it down on the top point. Lucy's going to break it down with Winston there. And we do have a Genji in the background doing a little bit of damage. But the defensive Lucio comes out and also pops his ult as well. We got a couple people on the point. Lucio v. Winston. Winston's once again going to pop his rage. He's going in for the offense, trying to push as much defense off the point as he can. Gets a Lucio, pushing off Winston if he can. Gets pushed to sleep. That was a very good sleep dart. It looks like he's going to be the last one left on the point. Without his team, he's going to have to just probably, survive very well. His team does come back. But we do have a nano boosted Winston on the point now, trying to defend. Oh, but it looks like the offense is finally going to fall back a little bit. We do have a D.Va coming in with her bomb. That bomb's not going to get too many people, but it will clear the points. Roadhog coming in from the side does get a hook on the D.Va here. What kind of fight are we seeing here, JJ? And who do you think's going to come out on top?
A pretty difficult one right now. Both teams are running almost equivalent, but it's the problem is these sound barriers are coming up so fast for both teams. Apologies if I cut off there for a bit. Either way, 20 seconds on the clock, and Awaken needs to look for a way to get this point, and they have no ultimate coming up soon. D.Va ult maybe, but that's going to take a bit. The defensive ult that Overweight Watchers running right now is High Noon, so that's going to make a difficulty, and I imagine it's going to come up here right now when they commit to the point. Oh, either way, praise the sun, taking out Dios, and going into overtime.
We do have an ult coming out on the point. Looks like the defense is going to hold that point very well, especially with that D.Va ult to help clear the point there. We do have a nano boost coming in, a nano boosted Reinhardt for the defense. That's going to mean he's going to be cleaning up, and that does look like D.Va's going to be the last person on the point who needs to get taken out. Overtime's falling away, and that's going to be the end of the game. Well played by Overwatch, overweight Overwatch people. Weight Watchers. Well done, Weight Watchers.
Switching sides.
Yeah, apologies. Mike's cutting off. A big thing that teams need to look out for is when they, I suppose, put in so many resources into those last attacks. I'd say that before the fight we just watched, that fight was a good 2 minutes long. You know, most teams get to put in and engage every 30 seconds, I'd say. And considering so many ults were wasted during that time, it's a little difficult to be able to generate an ultimate, I'd say, in the last minute or last 30 seconds. So considering Awaken had put in so much in the previous fight, there was just nothing they could do to really enhance that last and final attack. And Overweight Watchers having that ult advantage at the end, it helped them out a lot, and we'll see here if they're able to take both stages. Overweight Watchers is going to need to cap both stages in order to break this tie on Hanamura right now. If Awaken Militia is able to hold them on stage 1, then that's a win for them, but if they're not able to hold them here, rather hold them on stage 2, that's a tie, and if they don't hold them on stage 2, that is a win for Overweight Watchers.
Now, I must say, I have noticed that all the characters who are playing characters who got new skins from the anniversary are using those skins, so props to you guys. Awesome skins there. We do have the offense coming in. Weight Watchers, Overwatch Watchers. I don't know, man. I'm gonna call them Diet because it says Diet in the corner. Y'all would know.
Why not? Yeah.
But we do have Diet coming in the front here, going for a little bit of damage. Really just fighting around the door, trying to find a way to peek in here from the edge there. They do actually push in fairly far. D.Va does get pulled back in with a Roadhog. Oh, Reinhardt gets put to sleep. That's going to be no shield for the defense. Roadhog gets put to sleep as well. But it looks like this wall is being held fairly well. These doors are being held fairly well by Team Awaken.
Yeah, Overweight Watchers maybe opting in for a much slower attack, much more maybe shield wash attack. They did lose their Ana in that fight, so understandably they are waiting for her. Once they get into that, I imagine they're going to go in for another attack here.
Farah's about to fall back here a little bit, doing a little bit of damage on that Reinhardt shield. As long as that Reinhardt from the front goes down, that'd be a huge pick. But it looks like Dios does get her ult, and she's going to try to pop that as soon as she can. Goes in here, going for the soldier up top, trying to get a little bit of damage. Pushes the teammates back. Oh, gets pulled in by a nice hook. And that's going to be a res coming in from the offensive team. Diet coming in here, and now we actually have We have Soldier coming in with his ult, trying to do a little bit of damage on the D.Va, on the Lucio as well, but does get pushed off by Pharah, and that's when Pharah comes in with her ult on the point. Defense does lose an Ana, but doesn't lose too many people besides that. Soldier coming in on the on the defense, going for Mercy, takes out the Reinhardt, and looks like defense is going to hold this point fairly well. Oh, I don't want to speak too soon though. They do lose a Soldier on the point.
Yeah, that being said, the ult is coming out, but they are getting close to that Mercy res, so it's going to make this defense a lot harder for Awaken Militia.
It looks like we do have, let's take a look here. Reinhardt and actually Awaken's finally on the point. Oh, Diet's on the point, and they're doing a good job of holding it back. Looks like they were going to take this point pretty solidly now. There we go. Taking out Praise the Sun there as well. It looks like the defense is going to have to fall back to their point A.
Yeah, 3 minutes on the clock, and something that I didn't notice, I think the reason that Overweight Watchers was moving so slow is because they don't have the Lucio, and they opted in for that Mercy. And the Mercy res was huge in that fight. It turned it around, like, so much for them to actually get stage 1, so we'll see if it works for them here as well.
And it looks like they're going for the Graviton Surge Pharah combo. Pharah does not have her Surge up yet, but we do have Team Overweight Watchers trying to come in here a little bit, do a little bit of damage, and really build that Zarya shield. And she's doing it pretty well. She's at 88%. So that's a lot of damage coming out of our Zarya on the point. We do have the ult economy looking pretty interesting. 3 ults and 3 ults. So we're going to see who comes out on top in these fights, but we really got Diet just waiting until the Pharah comes back so they can actually pop that combo onto the point there.
Yeah, Awaken Militia has to look out here, considering that I do think currently Overweight Watchers does have the advantage on ultimates, considering yeah, everyone else is on 90% and everybody else has their ultimate currently, so we're going to be looking at a huge fight coming in here.
Speaking of which, I am so ready for them to pop this Graviton Surge Pharah ult. It looks like we do have a Hammer Down coming out on the point. There comes the Graviton Surge and the Pharah. Whoa, team! And that's when the Mercy res comes in. Very well done. Gonna have a Soldier up on the point from the defense, putting out his ult as well. Oh. And goes for the Zarya. Can't get the Zarya. Does take down the Zarya. But it looks like Mercy's on the point, still healing up that offensive team. Team Awaken is having a hard time holding up the defense here, but slowly but surely they are taking out everybody on the point. Zarya's going to go down in the corner here, and it looks like they're going to have to make another push. Mercy's going to go down as well. She had to get out of there pretty quick. Awaken does hold that defense. What did you see there that really made that fight go in Awaken's favor?
Mother of God, what I saw was a symphony, sir. Never have I had the chance to see 6 ultimates from each side used at the exact same time, and then Mercy res coming in right behind. I honestly thought Awaken Militia was not going to have the advantage there, since Mercy res came after Awaken used all 6 ultimates. Either way, Awaken was able to get the picks necessary as the res was going on, and then take out the enemies left over. Not to mention that they have spawned right next to the point, so that helps them out so much more. Coming into that huge fight.
I'll be honest with you, man. When I saw that Zarya Pharah combo come onto the point, I was like, "There's no way." I saw all the deaths. I was like, "There's no way," and they did it. The Awaken actually defended that point fairly well. And I was like, "Oh man, this is insane." We do have Reinhardt charging in on the point. Does get hooked. Going for the Roadhog, trying to get a little bit of the D.Va action as well. Hammers down. That's going to be 3 people down. Going for Lucio. Going for the Roadhog. Does get the Roadhog. Lucio goes down as well for the defense. He's going for the Ana in the far corner, but doesn't quite get her. She gets away safely into her spawn. Going for this D.Va now. D.Va is back on the point. Notices a Reinhardt right in front of him. Oh, but he does get slammed down. It looks like that's going to be the offensive Reinhardt off the point. But we do have a huge Graviton Surge coming in. Unfortunately, it's not comboed with anything just yet. Zarya coming in and doing a little bit of damage. We do have a res from the Mercy. That's going to mean the offense has a better chance of getting in, but then Reinhardt's nano boosted on the point and hammers down. That's going to be a nice cleanup once again for Awaken. Very well played there, and the ult usage was very well done. Wow.
Yeah, so much coming out during that fight. I mean, initially Awaken Militia using their tack in order to be able to whoa.
You good there, man?
Oh, were you? I guess the lobby got shut down by accident.
Whoa, what The
lobby got shut down by accident. Yeah. accidental shutdowns.
Oh, we do
Either
have
way,
the play of the game here from Praise the Sun. Let's see what she did here. Just huge damage from a rocket launcher. Goes for the Winston as well. Very well played. Looks like a 4K on her part. Can she get the Genji? Does get the Genji in the very end there. Well played. But yeah, JJ, what were you saying? What kind of what do you think really clenched it in the end? Why?
You know, initially Awaken Militia went for the. I'm sorry.
No,
just
go ahead.
man, exciting matches, man. I gotta get into it. Before we get into the
Go
next
ahead.
match. Initially Awaken went for that tack, and at first it seemed because it pushed everybody into that choke point on stairs, it looked like Overweight Watchers had that advantage because they weren't able to get the initial pick, and their Ana was able to toss the grenade. But Awaken Militia also threw their Diva Bomb into it, separating the team half and half for Overweight Watchers. That being said, Ana wasn't able to get the heals that she needed over on Overweight Watchers, whereas on Awaken Militia she was, and then Awaken was moving around their Ana a lot better than Overweight Watchers was up until the end. Overweight Watchers Ana needed to jump into the middle of the point in order to get the scope she needed for those heals, and inevitably that just wasn't, I suppose, sustainable, or she wasn't able to deal as much heals as Awaken was, and the sustainability war was just there, even with the Mercy Res over at Overweight Watchers. Not to mention that Awaken does have their spawn there, so it was their home turf essentially.
Oh man, that was a great game. I'm looking forward to seeing all these games just like that. But did that game ended as a draw, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is most definitely a draw. So these teams need to either win Lijiang or Nepal. Well, I mean, you can't tie on Koth map, so either way, that's very true. Actually, I mean, if one team wins Lijiang and the other one wins Nepal, I actually haven't thought about that case. So this is interesting.
Those of you in chat, if you're watching this right now, call out, just like scream out the name of whoever you want us to watch on the stream, and I'll keep my camera on that person. Especially if you saw somebody in that game who was just doing work, who was putting down the damage. Let us know in the chat below, and we will keep an eye on them for you.
Okay, so I just got word from the players got word from Boomstick, one of the admins, at UGC. Whoever wins this next map is the winner of this matchup between these two guys. So that makes much more sense, because no matter what, if somebody wins Lijiang and then the next person wins Nepal, that's inevitably a tie no matter what. So whoever wins this Lijiang here is the winner of today's matchup.
All right, cool, guys. That's good to know, because I am having a good time, but I can't stay up all night watching these two play. I got to go to bed at some point, man. Looks like we're going to enter the game right here. What kind of strats do you expect to see on Lijiang? And have you seen anything in the previous game that kind of allures you to who might have an advantage?
That's honestly difficult to say. I mean, Lijiang is a very... depending on the map you go into, many teams like to run the dive comp, and so far we've seen a lot of the dive comp coming out of, I believe, Awaken so far. So I'm not sure. Again, it just depends on the type of execution these guys like to run. Yesterday, going on Wednesday with, I believe it was Synergy against Red Rockets, there was a lot of interesting different strategies being pulled out by both teams. Specifically on Synergy side, Synergy was not able to win yesterday, but either way, they were able to go with a lot of flank type comps, especially on this map with their dive comp. So it just depends on what teams are able to bring out here. It's many people think of it, these Koth maps, as huge death matches, huge scrappy battles, but sometimes just that little bit of strategy coming out from either team can just sway the battle hugely. So we'll see. I don't think any team has an advantage here. We just got to see what they bring out.
I'm actually going to stick on the Lucio cam here, because I noticed somebody say Lucio in the chat, and I thought about it. I said, this is Boop Town right here. So I'm hoping to see some good boops coming out of the Lucios on both teams. We do have Awaken coming in pretty quickly, actually going to the left-hand side. We do have a boop coming out from Roy, tries to push back that Roadhog who hooked him. He's still fairly well alive. Dios does go down for the Overweight Watchers team, but it looks like we have 2 losses, or 1 loss for Awaken as well. This is boop territory, guys. We do have Black going down on the point. It looks like Roadhog's the only one left or along with Zarya, looks like on the point for Team Weight Watchers. It looks like they're going to go down very quickly as well. Awaken's going to be the only one left. Awaken's going to be the team left on the point. They're going to take the point fairly quickly here. Coming in and already closing off that point to Weight Watchers. They're really not letting them in and really actually holding fairly far from the point, pushing them right to their spawn, as a matter of fact. What did you see that won that match for them?
Yeah, it seemed that Awaken was able to separate the team. Overweight Watchers tried to back, half of them tried to back away, the other half went towards the point, and Awaken took advantage of this and attacked the majority of one side, and that took a majority of the kills they needed to secure this point right now.
We did have an ult coming out of the Beagle from Awaken. Unfortunately, he got taken down fairly quickly by Roadhog. We do have Tracer coming in here doing a lot of damage, though. Takes out the Roadhog, takes out the Reinhardt. D.Va's going to fall into the pit. Wow, once again, Awaken holds a very strong defense, and they're looking for more, man. They're already set up and ready to go with another defense.
Yeah, the biggest 2 kills there was the initial Ana kill. After that, those guys have to do a treacherous run to the point. And it's just, it's hard, especially considering that Awaken's running that dive. They're just much faster.
And they do have the ult economy as well. Tracer just got another kill. Looks like Beagle does go down for the defense. But here, I'm calling them the defense because they have the point. But here, it looks like they're holding up very well, just sitting in the same spots. We actually have Reitenborg sitting on top of a sign. Very cool spot there, man. But we're going to have to see some sort of different gameplay coming from Overwatch Weight Watchers.
Yeah, we'll see. Instead of an Ana, they are opting for a Zen this time and a Monkey. So, yeah, we'll see. It's like a half dive comp here. Actually, no, a full.
Now we do have both defensive ults coming out. Lucio and Zenyatta coming out onto the Awaken team here. So they're gonna be totally boosted on the defense. So Winston notices that there's another Winston on the point, but he's gonna get taken out fairly quickly there. Overweight Watchers really just need to get their team together cohesively and go for a push, but it's already over, man. Wow.
Yeah, it seemed like they tried to get like an idea out at the end, trying to maybe be faster so they can get out of that choke point, because that choke point is huge in these games. Any form of high tier play, you'll see it. Once somebody captures the point, they hold that choke point because there's nowhere else you can go. Maybe a Fair Mercy can divert that, but those are almost the only people who can. So taking advantage of that was good for Awaken. Either way, we are coming into 2 different maps here, so there's not going to be as hard choke points coming into this stage.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at the let's actually give Overweight Watchers a little bit of love here, guys. Gonna go with the lock comp. It looks like both teams are running the Lucio comps. What kind of compositions are we seeing on the point, and who might have the advantage?
Well, right now it seems Overweight Watchers has opted in for that partial dive. Instead of a Zen, though, they are looking at an Ana. So they're opting out of that partial damage and looking for sustain, I suppose, at long range. Either way, we'll see what ends up working better right here.
Winston does jump in and goes immediately for the Genji in the background. Not going to get him just quite yet, but does get a little bit of damage on the point. We do have Awaken on this point very well, but they're actually going to get pushed back a little bit. We do have Tracer going, or Ana going down. Winston goes down on the points as well. Awaken's doing a pretty good job of cleaning up here, but we do still have a Genji and a Tracer and a Soldier on the points. That's a lot of DPS for the Overweight Watchers team. D.Va does go down out of her mech. Her squishy body is still alive, but she's going to get taken out fairly quickly here. Genji's on the point. Genji v Genji battle. Who's going to win that? Oh, unfortunately, it looks like Awaken's going to win that because Overweight Watchers do have to fall back.
Yeah, either way, the point is it has. Oh no, it just got capped right now, but we'll see. I believe people are going to start backing away. Yeah, it seemed like initially that Ana on Overweight Watchers was helping them out a lot, but Awaken was able to deal with that very quickly. And after that Ana was down, Overweight Watchers didn't have the sustain they needed to hold that point. And with that scattered play coming out from Awaken, they were able to eventually take the point.
It looks like Dios from Overweight Watchers was doing a lot of work because he's already got his ult up before anybody does. Beagle is still trying to get his ult up, only 90%, and here comes the ult. Coming out Beagle very quickly. Wow. He got that up super fast, going for the Ana, taking down the Ana to 1 health, gets her in the end. That's a very good job done by Beagle. When he got that ult, he killed it, man. And we did have one coming up from Diaz, but Diaz apparently just did not do as much damage as Beagle could.
And the same coming out from Reitenborg, able to use that Primal Rage really early, just tanking up his team. initially it seemed like they were going a little bit more on damage towards him, so they don't mess with their Genji, but that Primal Rage just negates that completely.
And we do have Overweight or Awaken really just kind of hanging out at the spawn of Overweight Watchers. They're pushing him right back. Tracer looks like she's pushing him right back into the little spaceship there. They are going to fall back a little bit. They don't want to overextend way too much because if they have anybody behind them, it's going to mess up. But they are really doing quite a good job of holding this point and really just keeping them in that choke. And that choke has become a key point in both maps.
Yeah, with the specific dive comp that these guys are running right now, I lied. There is a choke point here, but it doesn't seem they're opting in for it.
And it looks like both beat drops are dropped on the point, or not on the point, inside that room there. Anna does get on the point very strongly. Winston's going to get nano boosted, actually. Let's take a look at the Winston cam. He does get nano boosted with the Zenyatta coming in on the point. We do have Pudgy already goes down for the Diet team. We do have the Soldier go down as well. Looks like this, so far, Awaken is winning this match.
And just so that we can see here, they're trying to push him off the point. They just need these few seconds. And they do gain the point, giving them a 2-0. Either way, as I said before, Overweight Watchers is running a much more sustaining comp, but the problem is once Zenyatta gets his ultimate, that sustain is thrown out the window. For like 6 seconds, that Zenyatta can hold his team for a good amount of time, and it seems that's what gave Awaken their advantage there at the end. Both Ana trying to keep up Overweight Watchers and Ghost on his Zenyatta, keeping his team alive with his Transcendence. In the end, Pudgy, the Ana on Overweight Watchers, did go down first, and it seemed the sustain went with him, and that was just the second point for Awaken.
If you notice, she was in that point very deep in front of her team, actually. She did end up nano boosting somebody as she went in on the point, but going in so deep as a support character can really be detrimental because you're going to get taken out fairly quickly, especially with a squishy hero like Ana.
And it's really difficult considering that these guys are running a dive comp, so even if Ana keeps her distance, these guys can just jump towards you really fast.
Once again, Awaken's already on the point. It looks like Team Overweight Watchers tried to go around the back corner there, but they're actually getting stuck in this room. We do have a Farrah v Farrah fight going on now. Dios does in the end take down Praise the Sun, but look, it actually looks like Awaken might not have this point under control. We have Era coming in here from the Overweight Watchers, going to try to get the D.Va. Does take out Diva, going for a little bit of damage. Trying to heal up his McCree. Actually, McCree's taking a little bit of damage there, but looks like finally Overweight Watchers have found a point that they can contest and actually keep as their own. What kind of fight did we see back there, man?
Yeah, I couldn't really get my camera in there, but I imagine one thing that you do not want to do is pin a Reinhardt to a corner, because in a small room, he has the biggest attack range. So that might have been the biggest damage dealer there, and then just eventually Farrah knocking off those, knocking the frags out.
Now looks like we do have a Lucio coming out with the defensive sound barrier. That's going to boost his team up quite a bit. We do have a D.Va on the point. D.Va v D.Va action on the point there. Doozy Beast's story. Who's going to go down here? It looks like Doozy has to escape from the point. And Weight Watchers are actually going to hold this point very strong. We're going to have to see another push come in from Awaken. But the ult economy is actually going towards the Weight Watchers here on the point.
Agreed, and it seems that without those choke points, Awaken seems to be having a little bit of a problem here. Unlike the previous two maps.
Now we do have Awaken coming in from the back's room, going in very strong. Lucio actually comes around the corner. Dios does notice that and is going to try to get some boops or some damage onto this Lucio. Has to fall back, does take down, very quickly takes down that Tracer, looked like. Going for this D.Va. D.Va does pop her ult on the point. Tries to get Zenyatta, gets the Zenyatta kill. Overweight Watchers is now doing work, man. I have not seen them put out this much damage in a while. Once they're not trapped in a room, man, they can go off. Oh, wow.
And they're doing really well to be able to sustain as much. Either way, both teams coming in scattered, trying to get to the point as fast as they can, and we'll see what comes out on top.
Now we do have a little bit of damage coming in from Awaken here. Tracer does take down Balake, going for the D.Va as well, trying to get as much damage out there as he can. McCree's gonna have to fall back. McCree does get taken down. Oh, it looks like it might be a switch all of a sudden. Anna goes down as well. D.Va's going down on the point. Oh man, it looks like Awaken has finally pushed in here and taken that point for themselves, and that was a dry push too. They really didn't pop any ults in that group.
Yeah, and either way, that is a huge move up for Overweight watchers as they are able to get 99%. So what Awaken needs to do is essentially hold the point, because if they lose it, that is a 1 point for Overweight watchers.
Overweight Watcher's going to come in the back room once again. Reinhardt's already got his shield up, trying to push in there a little bit. We do have McCree coming in from the background as well. The sound barrier is broken for the Overweight Watchers, and that means the sound barrier is going to be broken for Awaken as well. We do have a huge fight in this room. Oh my god, I'm trying to get in there as best I can. Reinhardt's both go down. We do have a Winston raging on the point, but Awaken's going to finish that room pretty easily and actually fall back to the defensive position. What did you see in that room that really made that fight stand out?
Yeah, not sure if it was planned, but initially that Genji blade popped out the Lucio for the Overweight watchers. They delayed it maybe like 2 seconds once that Lucio ultimate was low, and they pumped their own sound barrier, making them chunky coming into the next fight once they lose their shield. So that helped them out a bunch.
For the Overweight watchers, we do have Dios coming in a little bit sneaky from the side. She does have her ult. Can she pop it behind Team Awaken? Let's see if she goes for it. Here it comes! Huge ult. Goes for the Zenyatta. Can't quite get anybody, though, because they all get out of the way. But that means that Doozy's going to come in and do a lot of damage out with her ult. Oh, man. Once again, Overweight watchers gets taken down fairly quickly there.
Yeah, maybe they're looking for the same type of attack before, but these guys have to remember that ultimates are up, and D.Va ult going into a small room is also a big problem. D.Va ult going into a small room, so, I mean, that was the biggest thing coming out there. Oh my god, and Dio's nation falling off with the time.
Oh, man, we do have Reinhardt on the point, coming in, nano boosted. Tracer on the point as well, but it looks like Team Awaken's gonna hold this point fairly well. Pharah does go down. Looks like Reinhardt's gonna go down because he gets the bomb from Tracer. D.Va's gonna go down as well. Winston's still on the point, but without the teammates, man, he's gonna get stuck in that corner there. Anna's gonna get taken down. Awaken's doing a great job of holding this point, and really, at this point, I think we have to say Awaken has the advantage.
Yeah, either way, amazing play out coming out from Overweight watchers. That was a little bit of a heart loss, not a heart loss, but like a loss of a heartbeat moment, because Overweight watchers negated fighting and they went for the point and almost capped it there at the end.
Now I do gotta say, oh nice bomb there from Praise the Sun. Very well done. Does take out a D.Va at the end there as well. Going for the Reinhardt. Oh man, that is how you hold a choke, man. You just put as much damage as you can into one room, and nobody's gonna survive.
Yeah, either way, awesome games coming out from these guys and Overweight watchers, like trying to bring out as much as they can. But either way, congratulations to Awaken Militia winning their Week 3 game. They will be going 3-0 for this current season, and Overweight watchers going 2-1. That being said, that ends today's match. Thank you so much for joining me today, ToughOnDirt, and thanks for doing that camera work.
Hey man, no problem. I tried to do my best. I was a little funky in there, here and there, guys. I'm sorry about that. But hey, you know, you work with what you can, and I'm not getting paid, so it is what it is.
Yeah, either way, yeah, excellent entertainment, and thank you so much. That being said, thank you so much, guys, for coming by. Please follow UGC at UGC League on Twitter to get updates. We tend to stream every Wednesday, but sometimes we'll come in on Thursdays. Maybe I'll see you next week, ToughOnDirt, so we can get more of these just ridiculous matches going.
Hey, I'd love to do that, man. In the meantime, thank you so much as well, man.
Yeah, and either way, come see me at JJSkywaler 5 on Twitter. And Tough, I didn't get your Twitter, but if you want to drop that here, I'm not sure.
Will do. I'll drop it in the chat below.
Or your Twitch.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat for those guys.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Either way, guys, thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you guys next time.